Hey y'all, it's your girl Coach Kinsley.
And your girl Coach Kerre.
And here we are, the first Trainer to Trainer podcast.
Welcome to 15-Minute Fitness Fix with Coach Kinsley. I'm producer Mike, senior editor for the podcast, and a former client of Coach Kinsley's who benefited from every rep until I heard
3, 2, 1, let's go! Remember to always consult your physician before starting any nutrition or fitness regimen. Why did you decide to take that step and level up?
The reason for me to step into this was, what's the limit? Where's this limit? I can try. What can I try? What's the next challenge? Wondered about being the trainer, being a coach, because it's been a part of who I am. You know, I was like a preteen encouraging other girls, like, let's sit down and read together in the Bible, and always being the one that's gathering and bringing people together. And so the team aspect, that community aspect, we're going to go after something together. We're going to go after life together. We're going to go after studying the Bible together. We're going to go after getting fit together. We're going to go after having fun together. Those things have always been a part of who I am, and just bringing this, hey, we can do this together and let's have fun while we're doing it. That's how I have life. That's what brings me life. That's what brings me fulfillment and joy, is just getting people together to pursue a common goal. Going with my passion with fitness and living this holistic life of every aspect of life, of emotional health, mental health, physical health. This made sense. Like, this was another part. At home, me and my husband, we host a microchurch. And so our particular microchurch has a common goal of pursuing emotional health together. What does that look like? Emotional health, like I said, with fitness, with physical health, everything matters in the holistic body, and the in community is needed. Like, this is who I am, first of all. And I want to pursue this because this is going to be helpful to that value that I have of living a holistic lifestyle. And how can I help motivate others? I want to be that motivation for others to get into that journey themselves and bring joy and life to it. I can try this, leading personal training, being a coach, leading group fitness. And so when a position came available to work with Coach Kinsley, it was just the right timing.
I would say that was God's timing, because, when you started, mental health wasn't at as good of a place. I don't think you'd be able to take on, coaching. But after 3-4 months of taking that time for yourself, not only did your mental health get a lot better, physically, people are so inspired by your transformation. And so for you being able to not just be, this pillar of inspiration, but now the lighthouse, showing this light of how to do the workouts, I feel like you were in the great position for it, and great timing, and you really are a leader. I think you do a fabulous job of leading the room. It's been a few months. I know that the first week you mentioned energy was the biggest difference. How do you feel?
I've been momming for 14 years, and not that I only stay in my house, but this was like the first thing to get me outside of the house, was joining group fitness. And then it's like, hey, I love this so much. I want to help. I want to help lead this, help coach this, help train this.
Right. And educate yourself on it. Like, there is definitely a big studying aspect of this. The best way to learn is on the gym floor. For people that have studied for 4, 6, 8 years, they're not going to get the same knowledge as if they were lifting for 4, 6, 8 years. It's really awesome that you get to do both at the same time.
Yeah, the practical with the studying. I'm just loving, like, eating it up with the studying aspect, but then also with the just being there and learning from you, because really, like, I love to learn from you. And then put that into practice. It's not just getting the information, but now we're going to put this into practice, and we're going to experiment what's working, what's not working.
And for who? And that's the other thing about group fitness. When you have people from so many different backgrounds or so many different levels of experience, but as well as ability. We have some people with some major injuries that we need to work around. Like, some gals can't put any pressure on their wrist at all. We have some clients that they can't go on their knees at all. There's some all or nothing situations that we need to know how to work around and still get them a good workout in this group community.
That's updating, again, my library of, okay, I've been able to do it a certain way, but now with these injuries, like, what's a different way that like these moves, these techniques can be shown or taught or helped through due to injuries on the clients. And so it's like not just understanding of technique, but people, just like understanding where they're coming from and having that empathy. Like, how am I being perceived if I'm not being empathetic towards an injury and I'm just like, this is the way to do a certain move or a certain technique. So it's also stretching in that way of human empathy and human kindness, but also giving them the best movement that's going to get the most effective or efficient, muscle building.
Everyone deserves a good workout. Everyone. There's nothing you can say to make me feel any different. That's where I think the studying really comes in, is because you need to understand what is the purpose of this movement in the workout before you can give someone a modification. If this is working lats and then you're modifying with an exercise that's more rear delts, well, now they're not getting the purpose of the movement. With our workout, there's a lot of supersetting going on. So understanding this is for volume, this is for mobility, like understanding the why behind the movement really gives anyone the best workout that they can get. Going back to everyone deserves a good workout, I've had a client before that was deaf, and I learned sign language to give them a better workout because I feel like it's not your fault that I don't know. It is my fault that I don't know. Anyone should feel welcome at the gym. I wish everyone could feel that way, and I'm so glad that you have felt that way, with me, and that you're able to give that to our clients.
And we will be right back. Hey there, fit friends. Are you tired of wearing the same old workout gear?
You know it. That's why we're thrilled to introduce you to Coach Kinsley's Swag, the official merchandise of our podcast.
Coach Kinsley Swag has got you covered. Whether you're hitting the gym, going for a run, or practicing yoga, it's designed for performance.
And the best part, it's available now.
So what are you waiting for? Visit CoachKinsley.com, click on shop.
Thanks for your support. Hey listeners, I need your help.
That's right. Our amazing host, Kinsley Judd, has been nominated for Best Personal Trainer of the Year, Kansas City.
I have loved helping you all reach for your fitness goals with the power of knowledge. And now I need your support to win this recognition.
Every vote makes a difference.
You got me nominated. Now let's win this thing together. Your support means the world to me.
Let's bring this award home for Coach.
Go to CoachKinsley.com and vote today with every email you got.
Please vote.
Thank you so much.
And now, back to the show.
One thing that we share in common is that we want people to live their best life. I know I just see that all over you. You want people to live their best life, feeling the best that they can feel, feeling like they look the best that they can look.
We do a really good job of that. But I have had experience where one person walked out on me because she didn't feel capable. But then furthermore, when I was trying to give the extra modification or the extra instruction, it was valuable having my quality attention in this group space. I think that it was a little intimidating for her and frustrating, that she couldn't keep up necessarily. Have you ran into that?
Personally, I've struggled with that myself, so I can empathize with that. From my perspective, coming in to be with that client that was like that, I felt so bad. I don't know how to help get around that insecurity. There are those things that, we have to continue to stretch ourselves in as trainers and those aspects and dealing with all things. I empathize with people. They want to be in the gym. They want to be pursuing the health in their life, but just in insecurity, like in inadequacy. And if I can't do this right, then I'm not good enough.
Right, because you don't know what someone's going through at home. Right. You don't know where the insecurity is coming from. Mm-hmm. Is it because they're looking around the room instead of looking at themselves? Or is it because they're not how they were 2 years ago? Yeah. Like, we really don't know. So all we can do is know what's going on right now in this moment. And that's a huge priority for me, like keeping people present. Yeah. The best place to be when you're working out is in your body. That's a huge reason I don't usually work out to music when I'm working out on my own. I'm so in that contraction. What is flexing right in this moment? Where is my oxygen? I'm so in the moment there, and that's where I try to keep the ladies, because this might be the only 50 minutes they have away from home. And what's home look like?
Yeah.
4 kids sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about how you became a trainer, some of the challenges. of training, the studying aspect, the physical aspect, how you're received. This was the next challenge. Where's the next one? So my hope for you is that we'll do bikini bodybuilding. I'm very interested in competing, but it is very intense. So fitness and wellness, nutrition, it's been fun. When you start competing, it can turn it into quite a chore. There's a lot of obsessive behavior that is potential with doing that type of training. Like being on top of your macros is everything when you're trying to get to yourself to such a standard, like what a bikini lifter needs to look like. That's just the tip of the iceberg with how hard it's going to be. I've mentioned it a few times. Why are you up for it?
What can I do? What is my body built for? What did God give me that I can utilize, that I can see? What is exactly He's given me? For me, that's what it would be about. What is this body that He gave me? And I would like to talk about this. I would like to talk about how long I struggled with the body that I was given, and it didn't match up to societal norms. It didn't match up to what society told me it should look like, it should feel like, etc. And I struggled with that for a very long time. And when I get into the gym and I see what the Lord has given me, what He's given me in my body, and that ability to just excel in this area of my life, I begin to appreciate my body. I begin to celebrate my body instead of wishing it was something it wasn't. And for me, that's why I say we can try. I'm willing to try. I want to try because God gave me this body and I want to see what it can do. It's a blessing. It's not a curse. I've spent too many years thinking that way. And this for me is celebrating. My mind has totally transformed about how I see my body. For me, that's what it would be about, is celebrating what God gave me in my body and what it can do. So.
That's huge. And a lot of people struggle with their body too. And whatever society says you're supposed to look like changes every 10 years. So I think it's really important to appreciate where you're at, how you got to where you're at, but also look for the next challenge. So this is definitely what that would be. And I've struggled with that too. I remember when I was younger, my sister and I would do these pageants. She would always get first or second place, and I would get a participation trophy. I'm not even joking. And she was in like macaroni and cheese commercials. Like she's just the cutest little thing. And I participated. So it took me a while to appreciate myself too. And then like models for the longest time, they were like 5'10" or greater. So me at 4'11 and a half, I really felt like I was literally not enough. Like there's literally not enough Kinsley here. Right, exactly. I think that it'd be really exciting to see how far we can push it, especially with something that is so focused on health. When I think of muscle, that's when I'm thinking of health, not when I think of skinny. That's where a lot of people go wrong, is that they think skinny equals good. But, muscle, bone density, mobility, that is what's going to give you a good life, a good experience. So really making sure that you're taking care of your body in the sense that it's a machine doing this work for you, showing up for you, and appreciating how it shows up for you. And you need to get there before you can level up, and that's what this would be for us, the next level.
I love what you said about appreciating how this machine is working for you and just celebrating the health of this machine and just the beauty of the machine that we have. That's it right there.
Stay tuned. Coach Kinsley and Coach Kerre, bikini bodybuilders. We can try.
I heard this saying once that, skinny girls look good with clothes on, but strong girls look good naked.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today on 15-Minute Fitness Fix with Coach Kinsley. The fun doesn't need to stop here. Email me at coach@coachkinsley.com. You can check out my webpage, coachkinsley.com, and also find me on Instagram at, you guessed it, Coach Kinsley. Your girl. See you next week. Boom.